Let me plead my case. Let me state my position right here and right now. I had no intention at all of getting caught up in the middle of the controversial interview between Shannon Sharpe, who is an American former football tight end. He played primarily for the Denver Broncos, and he now has a podcast, which you can find on YouTube, called Club Shay Shay. He sat down and had a lengthy interview with the iconic comedian Micah Katt Williams. And let me tell you, this man is entertaining. He is hilarious. I even stopped in the middle of the interview between Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams to go to Netflix to check out his work. And I sat there for about 50 minutes and I watched World War III. And let me tell you, the man had me laughing, had me crying. And then after a certain point in watching World War III, I went back to the interview between Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams. And let me tell you, he had a lot to say. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to let out any spoilers. But let me tell you, watching that interview, and I suggest that you should, it will have you sitting on the edge of your seat and leaning forward and peering into whatever device that you are watching the interview from. For me, I was in my living room and I was watching the new TV that my children got me for Mother's Day, and it is a widescreen. And let me tell you, I was captivated. The reason for this particular video that I'm doing today is to share some of my thoughts in watching the interview. It had me questioning integrity. It had me questioning my own integrity. It had me asking questions of myself. What would I do? What would I sacrifice in order to become successful? What are some of my deal breakers? What are some of the things that I absolutely will not do? It also had me thinking about the fact that I have been struggling as a writer to get recognition, to cross over, to become a well-known and well-read author. And would I sacrifice certain principles, certain things that I hold dear in order to become successful? What is my limit? And that is why I'm making this video. Let me state beforehand that, yes, I have my own personal opinion about the interview between Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams. And yes, I have some strong feelings and some strong opinions, but I will keep them to myself because I do not want to sway anybody, and I would prefer that they look at the interview without any bias from me. And once you do watch the interview, please come back and leave a comment and let me know your takeaways and let me know what you felt about the interview and whether you think the things that were said were true or not true. Prior to making this video, I checked Club Shay Shay's site on YouTube, and I saw that the William Katt Shannon Sharpe interview at that point had 24,315,768 views and counting. And the likes were 990 something thousand. So this video has gone viral. It has everyone talking about it. And everyone has a different opinion, and everyone has a different take on the interview. And everyone, and when I say everyone, I'm talking about the YouTubers that I follow, has a different segment of the interview that they want to highlight. For me, I want to take the conversation and transfer it from the Club Shay Shay interview and take it over to the writing world, to the publishing world, and apply some of the things that I saw in the interview and some of the questions that have come up in watching the interview in this particular video. So as a writer, as a publisher, you will be privy to other people's work. And when I say that, I'm talking about their writing, their intellectual property. So at what point do you decide whether or not it is ethical to borrow some of the ideas and some of the writings and some of the things that other writers are doing. Do you, as a writer, or are you aware as a writer of the ethical stance that is out there in the world? Are you the type of person that will not steal someone else's writings or will not take someone's intellectual property and manipulate it and create something that you consider new and capitalize on someone else's work? For me, I have thought about a lot of things. And when I say that, I mean I have questioned myself on what would I do to be successful, how far will I go, what things and what stances are important to me. And for me, plagiarism is a hard no. I do not want to, and I would not feel like a worthy human being if I stole someone else's work. I also do not believe in slandering other people. I think that there is a professionalism that must exist between writers, and there are some things that you may think, but you should not, in my opinion, put out there into the world, whether it be a tweet on Twitter or whether it be an Instagram post or whether it be something that you put on Facebook. Certain things that you may think, you do not leave a digital print or footprint. You do not leave a message or a statement that you may at some time, at some future date, regret. So for me, I am very conscious of the things that I post. I enjoyed Katt's honesty. I enjoyed his vulnerability. I enjoyed his humanitarian efforts, his philanthropy, and I would like to duplicate some of those things and give back to my community because so many people have helped me along my journey in life, and I would like to pay it forward. And so I enjoyed hearing that part of the interview. I do think that it is important for writers to work together collectively and to encourage one another. Obviously, we will not all get along with each other, and obviously we will have our cliques, but I believe that if a writer allows integrity to govern their movements, if they have an ethical stance, if they have morals and mores that they will not sacrifice and will not compromise in an attempt to become famous and successful. I also like the idea of independence. And as an indie author, I make some of my own rules. I decide what I want to do, and I move by my own beat, my own rhythm. And yes, the progress is slow. And yes, sometimes I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, but I am calling the shots. I am holding on to my integrity. I am holding on to my belief. I'm holding on to those values that were taught to me by my father, my aunt, my uncle, my community, my church. And I think that along the journey, you have to hold on to those things. And you also have to hold on to God and the belief that He and He alone can make the final decision on your life, on your life journey, on your success, and on your legacy. And let me know if you would like me to make more videos on topical subjects such as this. Until next time, bye-bye.